Hey everyone, this is Dana with Beautique, and welcome back to another beauty class. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited for this week's beauty class because we're gonna go back to doing something a little bit more glam, which a lot of you guys are really excited to see. So thank you for joining again. And today's look is gonna be all about Be Radiant, Be You. So we're going to be featuring a really awesome brand that we have at Beautique, and it's called BeRadiance. It's a French brand, and they've been with us for a little while now, and we really love them. They're all about clean, healthy makeup. So a lot of their products actually contain ingredients that are good for your skin. So they're kind of like the first brand that's like a hybrid skincare makeup situation. So they're really awesome, and we are going to be featuring them today. So I'm going to get started. And again, hi to everybody who's joining. Please, as always, drop your questions down below and I will answer them throughout the video. But we are going to get started. So I've already moisturized my skin and done my normal skincare routine a little while ago. So everything had time to kind of soak in and settle and everything. So the first step that we're going to do today is primer. I am going to be using the one from, of course, BeRadiance, and this is called the Velvet Touch Primer. And I'm trying to pull it up for you guys so you can see it, of course. Here it is. This is called the Velvet Touch Primer from BeRadiance. It comes in a tube like this. This is 1 fluid ounce, which is a really awesome size for a primer. It's like the standard size that foundation would come in. So this primer is really awesome because it's going to help smooth out your pores, smooth out your complexion, but it's not going to be too heavy or drying. It's called natural and breathable. So it still lets your skin breathe. It's still healthy and good for your skin, but it's going to create a really smooth, flawless base for your makeup, which is what we're going for today. So the key is to not use too much because you don't want it to your makeup to slip and slide around. You want it to really just create a smooth canvas and fill in your pores. So I'm going to start with a very small amount. And I'm going to concentrate this in my areas where I have pores. So around my cheek and nose area, my forehead, chin, kind of like my T-zone. That's where I'm going to keep this. And I'm just going to kind of pat and press it into my skin. You don't need to do too much, like rubbing around. You're just going to kind of press it in where you have pores or areas that you really want to smooth out. And again, hello to everybody joining. Very excited to have you. Thank you for being here for another beauty class. And we're so glad that you guys are enjoying the beauty classes. I think this is number 9. 10 no 9 or 8 or 9 and we're really happy that you guys have been enjoying. So now that I've smoothed in the primer, it's as simple as that. You don't need to go crazy. If you need a little bit more, you can always, of course, add a little bit more, but I recommend with a primer like this formula to kind of keep it to a minimum, the smallest amount you need to kind of smooth everything in. So now that we have a smooth base, I'm going to be using the foundation from, of course, the brand BeRadiance. This is called the Cucumber Water Mattifying Foundation. And I used this in my very first tutorial, my very first beauty class that we did with Beautique. This is a water-based foundation. It is really lightweight and healthy and good for your skin. So especially if you have oily skin, this is not going to be heavy or cakey on you. It's going to give kind of a soft matte finish. So it's not going to be super dewy or radiant or make you look oily because I'm usually pretty oily. So this is like perfect for me. It is a light to medium coverage. So if you like more of a full coverage, you can, of course, use concealer, which I am definitely going to be doing. Or you can layer it up a little bit. Once it dries down, you kind of want to leave it where it is because it is a matte foundation, but I will talk about that as I apply it. But this is a really great option if you love a more natural everyday look. So we are doing glam today, but I'm going to show you how you can use natural lightweight products to still achieve a really glam look that you can wear every day if you so desire. So I'm giving it a good shake because it is very liquidy. It is water-based. I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear it moving around in there. It's very thin, which I like because it's very lightweight. And I'm going to be using the Smooth Blender, this beauty sponge from Amazing Cosmetics, which we also sell, of course, at Beautique. And this is what I'm going to be using to blend out the foundation, but you can use a brush, you can use your fingers, you can use whatever tool that you prefer, but I prefer a damp beauty sponge. So I ran this underwater, it got nice and bouncy and soft, and that's what we're going to be using today. Now, since this is very liquidy, like I said, I'm going to apply it on the back of my hand first, so that I have a little more control. And I'm going to start applying. And we have this at Beautique. It's available in a lot of different shades, so you can definitely find something for you. And I'm just going to start on the center of my cheeks. I kind of like to start in the center and blend outward. That's just my preferred method. And I'm going to show you that even a light coverage foundation can make your skin look really flawless if you know how to apply it and how much and use the correct tools, all that good stuff. So I'm going to do one half first, and then I'm going to grab a little bit more product and do the other half. And if you've tuned in to our other tutorials, you know that I like to use a sponge and I like to do bouncing, patting motions, because this really presses the product into the skin. Down by my neck, I do a little more like of a swipe motion to kind of drag it down and make sure that it's matching to my neck. But on your face, you really want to kind of pounce and press it in. So I'm going to get a little bit more for the other half. You can see that already did a great job of evening out my skin tone, but since this is a natural breathable foundation, you can still see my natural skin through it. It's definitely not full coverage by any means. That is not what it's intended for. It's supposed to be a very natural, pretty, everyday foundation, which is exactly what it is. And I do go over my lips a little too. I just like to kind of blank them out for whatever lip product I'm going to apply later on. And make sure you get, you know, in the creases, the crevices of your nose, all around the perimeter of your face, and then my forehead as well. And I'm really not using much product at all, especially with lighter coverage foundations. If the foundation is light coverage, no matter how much you build and build and build, you're not going to get that full coverage look. That's not what it's intended for. If you are looking for something super, super full coverage, this one's not your girl. But if you're looking for something really quick, breathable, natural, and actually good for your skin, then this one is for you. So as you can see, everything's evened out. I still have some crazy under eye bags, but that's fine. We're going to conceal those, of course. And yeah, so it'll start drying down as you apply, because it is, like I said, matte. And once it dries down, that's when you're going to want to leave it alone. You don't want to, you know, go back in with too much more and try and move it around, because that's when you're going to kind of get some weirdness. And that's with any matte foundation. Once it dries, and it's already dried to the touch, which is awesome. I love that. I really hate when foundations slip and slide around. So yeah, and I look like I have some really crazy, intense under eye bags going on right now, but we're going to fix them right now. I'm going to use a little bit of concealer. You can use any concealer you have. You can use the one from Amazing Cosmetics that we carry at Beautique. You can use whatever you have on hand. I'm going to be using this one from Morphe, and I'm going to cover up these under eyes, and then I have some breakouts going on, so I'm going to cover those a little as well. And I'm not gonna go too ham with this because the complexion is on the more natural side. So under the eyes to brighten, and then a little bit on my problem areas. And if you've been watching these weekly, you'll know that this is always my problem area. It's some hormonal breakouts. Ladies, you will probably may or may not be familiar with those. But I'm just concealing any areas that I want a little bit more coverage. This concealer is pretty close to my skin tone, so it's not gonna highlight like my imperfections. But I applied it under my eyes and on my blemishes, and using that same damp sponge, I am just going to gently blend out. And again, thank you to everyone who's joining today, and our new viewers, because I know we've been getting some new viewers each week. So thank you so much. As always, drop your comments and questions below, and I will answer them throughout the video. I also want to say happy belated International Women's Day to all of our lovely ladies. Yesterday was International Women's Day, but this whole month long is Women's History Month, and at Beautique we are, of course, all about celebrating and empowering women. And this brand really does a great job of that. BeRadiance, they are all about women empowerment, which we love. Okay. So as you can see, you can definitely still see my natural skin through this makeup, which I really love. You know, some days I'm in the mood for a full beat, full cake face, but other days I just really want my skin to be able to breathe and look a little more natural. So you can still see, you know, some of my, not necessarily blemishes, but I have a few freckles and things that you can see through, which is great. So if you are into a light to medium coverage, especially if you have more oily skin, since this is matte, this is going to be the perfect foundation for you. So check it out at boutique.nyc. Now, the next thing I'm very excited to show you is the powder from BeRadiance. So I've used these in my beauty classes many times, but I have a lot more to show you today, and I'm going to show you some different ways to use these. First, we have the Set and Glow from BeRadiance. This is the Probiotic Powder and Highlighter Duo. So it comes with a face, oh my God, the lighting, a face powder and a highlighter that is going to complement your skin tone. They have lots of different shades, so there's very fair to very deep, so there's something for everybody. And it comes with a highlighter, so it kind of takes the guesswork out of it if you don't really know what shade of highlighter is going to look good on your skin tone. If you pick the powder that matches your foundation, so my foundation is number 10, this powder is number 10, it's going to give me the powder and highlighter for me. So I'm going to use the powder side to set my under eyes where I put the concealer, and a little in my T-zone. I don't need to put it everywhere because this is a matte foundation, so I don't need to pack on too much powder to set everything in place, but I'm going to dunk in there and set my under eyes. And this is going to prevent creasing. It's going to make everything last longer, look smoother. And I really love these two because you can, even if you want some glow on your whole face, this is a trick I do. You can kind of swirl them together and use a big fluffy brush and dust them all over your skin if you want an all over glow. We are not doing that today. I'm just using the matte powder side, but that is definitely something that you can do with this product. So I'm just using a fluffy brush, but it's a little smaller, and setting those areas where I put the concealer. And it feels really nice, really smooth, and it looks really natural, which is what we want, of course. So, another thing to mention, these are $36 at Boutique NYC, which is awesome because you get a powder and a highlighter. If you go to Sephora or Ulta or something like that, the high-end brands, one powder or one highlighter is $30, $40. So this is awesome because you get two in one and they already match each other, and it has probiotics in it, so it's good for your skin. It's good for mature skin. Highly recommend. So they have, like I said, they have these in a lot of shades. This is the Set and Glow. And then the other thing that they have is called the Color and Glow, which is a blush and a highlighter. So there's the Set and Glow, which is the powder and highlighter. And then there's the Color and Glow, which is a blush and highlighter. So there's lots of different options. We have a question. Joanne says, is it okay to have a sparkly glow during the day as opposed to the evening? Great question. Of course, you can have a sparkling glow whenever your heart desires. If you want to keep it like really simple, casual, professional for the daytime, I wouldn't go too crazy with the highlighter, but you can. No one's stopping you. I do that all the time. But then for evening, if you really want to pump it up, you can really add like a concentrated highlighter like on your cheeks, your nose, whatever. So the answer is it's really up to you, but typically people like to keep it a little more subdued in the daytime, and then you can amp it up at nighttime. But to each their own. I would totally do a glittery face in the middle of the day. That's just me though. Okay, so for bronzer, which is what I would do next, I'm going to be using a shade also from the Set and Glow. Something that's really awesome about these products is that they're really multifunctional. They're really, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not diverse. It's just like they're really multi-use. The word will come to me. Versatile. Versatile, that's what I'm thinking of. You can use them for your face powder. You can get a deeper shade and use that for your bronzer. You can use them for versatile, thank you. You could use them for eyeshadow. You can use a color to fill in your brows. They're a really versatile powder. You can use the shimmery side on your eyes, which I'm going to do today. There's a lot you can do with these. So I'm going to show you that just with these products, you can basically do a full glam face. So this one, I wanted to show you the packaging. This is still in the packaging. This is recyclable packaging, which is really awesome. And I want to point out that when you open them, each shade actually comes with a sample of the matching foundation. So this comes with 2 shades here of foundation that could match this powder shade. So that's really cool if you just want to grab the powder and you want to check out the liquid foundation. You do get some samples, so that's really cool. So this shade is number 53. So if you have medium to deeper skin, this could be a great powder shade for you. I'm going to use this as bronzer today. And it comes with a really pretty golden highlight on the other side. And but I'm going to dunk into the matte brown with a fluffy bronzer brush. And I'm going to go around the perimeter of my face with this product. And I really love this color for bronzer. And I'm going to kind of swirl it around. It is a little difficult with a big brush because it is half and half. So you can't just swirl around the whole thing unless you want a really shimmery, glowy bronzer, which you totally could do. A lot of people enjoy that. But I'm going to take that and go around the perimeter of my face. And you can already see it's warming up my complexion, which is awesome. And to go back to the point about day to night, if it's nighttime, you can definitely go a little heavier on the bronzer, or if it's summer, or if you just want to look a little more bronzed, of course. You can add more depending on the occasion. I'm just kind of bronzing up my whole face because I feel very pale and pasty these days in the middle of winter. So I'm going ham with the bronzer. And again, this is the Satin Glow from BeautyRadiance in a shade that's a little deeper than my skin tone, but for bronzer, you can go a couple shades deeper than your own skin tone. Like I said, they have a really great inclusive shade range. So there is something for everybody. And I'm just using a fluffy brush and going in circular motions under the jaw. Always get the double chin. I say it every time, and I will say it again till the end of time. And around the hairline. And the color is coming off a little funky on the camera, but in person, this is like my ideal bronzer shade. And I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and blend everything out one more time. And now I have some color to my face. And you can totally contour with these too if you want. I'm not going to do any heavy contouring today, but now I'm all bronzed up and warmed up. Great. So we're moving along. Same thing. I used the Satin Glow for the bronzer, and now I'm going to move to blush. Now I'm really excited to show you these because I've been showing you this one in every beauty class so far. This is the Color and Glow in number 1. It's like a pink shade that I'm obsessed with. I love this one so much. It's like a coral pinky shade, and then this really pretty champagne highlighter. If you've ever used Champagne Pop from Becca, the Jaclyn Hill one, this is like the same color as that. It's so pretty. And this is like my fave, but I'm not using that blush today because I have some new ones to show you. So, well, new to me. This is number 2. This is like a corally peach color, which is so pretty. This would be so great for medium skin tones or light or deep. Anybody can use any of these as long as you apply the right amount, but this would be like ideal for medium skin tones. And then we have number 3, which is like kind of almost like a red shade, which can look a little scary on camera, but it's so pretty. It's like a bright, vibrant, like berry color in a really pretty gold bronzy highlight. If you have deep skin, this will be gorgeous on you. So love her. And then this one is the deepest shade. This is number 4. And this, oh my gosh, is like a wine color. It's like a deep, like burgundy, maroonish color, and then like a chocolate bronzy highlight. So if you have very deep skin, this will be beautiful on you. And of course, you can use these as eyeshadows as well, which I'm going to do today. So you can mix and match. If I wanted to, I could probably use this as blush with a very light hand, but this would definitely be more, suited to a deeper skin. This would be so, so beautiful on deep skin. So if you struggle to find a blush or powder for your deep skin, I highly recommend this or this one because, oh my God, look at these colors, you guys. Obsessed. Obsessed. Shivam says, hello. Hello, Shivam. Okay, so I'm going to be using number 2 today, which is the corally color, and I'm going to use a angled blush brush. My brush is all pink because I always use this for blush, and should I clean it? Probably. Am I going to? Probably not. So I'm gonna dip into this blush. I'm gonna tap off the excess, and I'm gonna go right in above where I applied the bronzer. And again, these have probiotics in them, so they're actually helping your skin while they're on your face, which is really awesome. And as you can see, it just gives a really natural, pretty flush. And they're like a little bit glowy too. Even if you aren't mixing it with the highlighter, there's like a little bit of like a sheen to it. And I know it might be a little difficult to see because my lighting is so bright, but this is really pretty. and it's just gonna bring some color to my face because I'm a little washed out. And let's see if I can turn down this brightness a little. There we go. You can see a little better. I'm just gonna build it up. As you guys know, if you've been watching me, I love going hard with the blush, and I always put some on my nose. That's like my favorite thing to do. And yeah, again, if you have more mature skin or you have very sensitive skin or you're really into clean beauty products, these are going to be your best friend because it covers everything. It covers your face powder, your bronzer, your blush, your highlight, all the above, all the above. So for the highlight, I'm going to use, what do I want to use? I'm going to use the highlight from, if you can see it, I'm going to use the highlight from the number 1, which is the champagne-y color, which I use all the time. I love it so much. I'm going to dunk in with a little bit of a more concentrated brush and right on the tops of my cheekbones. I'm going to apply it, and you can see, oh my goodness. Now, I love applying highlighter, especially since this is a matte foundation. I want to bring a little life and glow back to my skin. Tip of the nose, it's my favorite. Look at that, you guys. $36 for the blush and the highlighter. Don't pass it up, sis. Don't pass it up. Other side. Oh my god. See, that looks pretty on camera. You can really see how glowy it is, but it's not like overpowering. It doesn't look like a streak on your face. It's just really when the light catches it, it illuminates. And Cupid's bow. And yeah. So, wow, that's pretty much the face portion complete. I really like how it turned out. It looks very pretty and natural, not too heavy. Hi, Sherry. Sherry says, sounds amazing. It really is, Sherry. If you haven't tried, I would definitely check out BeRadiance at boutique.nyc. These are amazing for all ages, all skin types, everybody. There's a shade for everyone. So please check it out. They are amazing. So moving on, before we move on to the fun part, which is the eyes, I'm going to fill in my brows, which is not the fun part. I'm just going to be using a brow pencil today. I'm going to try and speed through this part because I do it in every video and it's not very exciting in my opinion. But again, if you guys are interested in seeing an in-depth brow tutorial, please let us know. I know some of you were interested in previous beauty classes. So if you are interested in that, let us know, drop a comment. But this is just the brow pencil from Morphe, I think. It's something cheap and quick and easy. And I really don't like spending too much time on my eyebrows because it's not fun in my opinion. They're the same thing every day, pretty much. So I'm just gonna lightly fill them in, and I am gonna be doing a little bit more of like a glam eye. So the brows, I'm not gonna make them like too light and natural because it's got to be proportionate to what you do on the eyes. So if you're doing like really dark smoky eyes, you don't want like a naked eyebrow because you'll look crazy, girl. And vice versa, if you're doing like a very natural light eye look, you don't want to have super dark, like blocked in eyebrows because you will look whack. So that's just my 2 cents. You can do whatever you want. As always, it's makeup. It's for fun. There are no rules. These are just my tips and tricks. And I did that pretty quick, so I'm trying to hurry through the brows for you guys. And let me know what your favorite brow products are because there's so many different things. You can use powder, you can use a pencil, you can use a pomade, you can use a tinted brow gel. What do you guys like to use on your eyebrows? My favorite is a pencil. I learned how to do brows using powder. So that's why I really like the brow powder from Amazing Cosmetics that we have. But after powder, I moved to a pomade. So like the ABH Dip Brow. And then I finally graduated to a pencil, which I feel like is the most common tool brow product. And I've just stuck with pencil ever since. So I do switch back and forth though. Love. Thank you. And thank you for joining, of course. So now I'm just going to be a perfectionist and go back and forth and try and make sure they're even, but I think they're pretty even, so I'm not going to spend too much time on the eyebrows. They could be much better, of course, but that's not what we're here for today. We're here for BE+RADIANCE, and we're here for a glam makeup. Monir, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Monir says, I love you. I love you too. Thank you for being here. And I'll pop your name up here. I'm sorry if I mispronounce it. I love you. I love you as well. Thanks for joining. Yeah, and if you all have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them below and I will respond. Okay, so the brows are filled in. And I'm going to set them in place really quick using the brow gel from Amazing Cosmetics. This is a clear brow gel. I cannot live without brow gel. I always have to set my eyebrows in place or else they will be going all over the place within a couple hours. So I'm just brushing them up and setting them in place. Nothing crazy. Cool. Okay, so now we're ready finally to do something on the eyes, and surprise, surprise, we're going to be using the Radiance powders. I'm just really excited to show you guys how these powders can be used in so many different ways, especially since there's the really bright shimmery side and then there's the matte side, which is perfect because that's really all you need for a good eyeshadow look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with that shade that I used for bronzer. This is the shade, well, this is the shade 53. So this is the one I used for bronzer. And I'm going to use this same brown shade on a fluffy eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to use this as my transition, like my crease color. So I'm going to get some on my brush, swirl it around. And this is what I'm going to put in my crease. And I'm going to start off very light and I'm going to build it up. So this isn't going to be anything dark or crazy. It's just going to be a light color to transition between my other shades. Behave. And if you notice while I was blending my concealer, I did blend some concealer up onto my eyelids. So that's going to help prep for eyeshadow so that the product has something to stick to. I didn't put very much. I probably could have put more, but that's okay. As long as there's something to adhere the product to, you will be good to go. And I'm just using small circular motions. And I'm just gonna build it up as my transition shade. And this is really cool using these products for different things on your face because it helps kind of like marry everything together and make the look really cohesive. So like this transition shade is gonna tie into my bronzer and it's gonna look like you put a lot of thought and effort into this, even if you didn't. So yeah, I'm just blending that out and I'm going for a little bit more of like a smoky look today. So I am kind of like blowing it out a little more than I would usually. So I'm taking it a little higher and farther. As you can see, this side is like nice and smoked out. And we're gonna match it over here. And I always say you could stop here. You could just do like a light brown, like transition shade, and then throw on some mascara and call it a day. But we're never keeping it simple. We're gonna go the extra mile and we're gonna make it more glam, of course. So, as I always say, I could sit here blending all day, but we're going to move on to the next shade, which is going to be a darker brown shade to really deepen up the outer corner. So I'm going to go in actually with, let me find it, this shade, which I'm excited to show you as well. This is the shade 80. This is the deepest shade of the Set and Glow, which is such a beautiful, rich, deep chocolatey shade. So if you have deep skin, this is going to be perfect for you. It is so pretty, and this can be used, of course, if you have deep skin as your face powder. If you have medium to dark skin, this could be a bronzer or eyeshadow for you. I have very pasty white ghostly skin right now, so I'm going to be using this as an eyeshadow to deepen up my outer corner. But I just love the shade range of this line. It's very important to me personally and to us at Beautique. So yeah, shout out to this product, and it has such a pretty highlight, like a rosy like burgundy highlight. That would be so pretty on deep skin. Oh my god. So I'm going to go ahead and use this on a smaller blending brush, and I'm going to take the deep brown shade and apply it on my outer corner. And I'm keeping everything really soft on the eyes. And by soft, I just mean it's really like light and blended and not necessarily like any harsh lines. I'm not doing like a cut crease or anything today. I'm just keeping everything nice and smoky and blended. And I will have a little bit of fallout, but that's okay. We're going to brush it away afterwards. That always happens with powder eyeshadows. It's nothing to be worried about. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. Just make sure you tap off the brush before you apply, and that helps minimize the fallout. So I'm just doing circular motions on my outer corner. And as you can see, it's really adding some depth and dimension to the eye look. And I'm really going to build it up because, like I said, I kind of want to do something pretty glam today. And if you missed our, look at this fallout. If you missed our beauty class about blending, I recommend going and checking that one out because I did a whole tutorial all about blending eyeshadow and blending your face products. So if you're interested in more in-depth learning how I like to blend my eyeshadow, go check that one out. It's on our YouTube and our Facebook page, Beautique NYC. It's called Blend Like a Boss. So you can go check that one out if you are interested, because I know I'm not explaining very much in depth what I'm doing on my eyes right now. So if you're interested, check that one out, of course. So now that we have the eyeshadow blended on the outer corner, I'm going to take a lighter shimmery shade and put that on the eyelid. And I'm actually going to use, I have so many in front of me, trying to find the one that I'm wanting, which is this one, the Color and Glow in the shade 1. You can see it. There it is. I'm going to use this, which is what I used for highlighter, so it's going to still help tie in everything. And I'm going to use my finger with my long nails and grab some on my fingertip. Look how pigmented and bright and shiny it is. And I'm going to press this on my eyelid. And oh my goodness, I love it. This is like the best lid shade ever. So if you have 2 of these products, you have like everything you need. So for example, if I had this one, which is my blush, my highlight, and shimmery eyeshadow, and then I had the powder, which is I could use it as a bronzer and eyeshadow out here, you're good to go. You have everything you need to create a glam look. So again, if you didn't catch it, I highly recommend these, and I highly recommend the brand BeautyRadiance. Again, if you missed it, if you just joined, and you're looking for clean, healthy makeup, their slogan is "Healthy Makeup for All," which is definitely true. They have something for everybody. I highly recommend checking out BeautyRadiance. Again, like I said, if you have sensitive skin, this is perfect for you because it has probiotics. It is healthy while you wear it. It's totally safe, and something I don't think I mentioned before, it's made with 95% natural ingredients, which is really cool. There are a few, not every single ingredient is natural origin, I believe, because of the coloring in some of the products, but 95% natural ingredients, guys. That's really awesome if you're into natural, clean beauty. Again, I can't hype it up enough. You need to check out this brand. So now I'm just going back in with that brown, touching everything up. You'll notice I do a lot of back and forth and repetition. This is just how I do my eyeshadow on my own. It's a little trickier when I'm talking and trying to teach step by step. But I hope that you're following along well enough. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do on the eyes today. You can use like a bronzier color on your eyelid. You can use like one of those deep like berry colors. You can use whatever you want. You can use a separate eyeshadow. But I think we're in a good spot here for like a really kind of glam. It's kind of smoky. It's not like the greatest smoky eye ever, but it's like a daytime smoky eye in my opinion. And I'm just blending out again. And yeah, I'm gonna keep messing with it, of course. But yeah, let me stop there. So that's the eyeshadow. You can go, you know, if you want to amp it up even more, you can add a little black on the outside. You can add whatever your heart desires. But that's what we're gonna do for the eyeshadow. And now I'm going to do actually, let me take this really light shade, this highlight shade here from the Satin Glow number 10, and I'm going to highlight the inner corner with a small pencil brush. And just bring some light to the very inner corner. And on camera, it doesn't make a huge difference, but in person, it just really opens up your eyes and brings light. So love that. So now that we have the eyes, I'm going to do some liquid liner. You guys know I love my liquid eyeliner. This one is from Anastasia, and I'm just going to do a wing because I am going to be applying some lashes today. Not magnetic. I always do the magnetic lashes, but today I'm actually going to be doing some normal lashes with lash glue since I haven't done that for you guys yet. So let me stop talking while I do my wing, or else it's going to end up all over my face. And again, thank you guys for tuning in today. I'm excited because our beauty class next week is actually going to be on Wednesday, so it's going to be on St. Patrick's Day, and we're going to do something fun for St. Patrick's Day. And then the week after that, we have an exciting beauty class as well. We're going to be featuring a brand called The Sexiest Beauty that we carry at Boutique, which is one of my faves. So today is all about BeautyRadiance, and then next week we're doing some St. Patty's glam, so tune in, that's going to be fun. And then the following week, we're going to be talking about the sexiest beauty. So if you haven't subscribed to our events calendar, which you can find on our website, boutique.nyc, and you will always be notified when we're having events. And we do a weekly beauty class. We do events with our brand founders, meet the founder events, product demonstrations, and we do a lot of giveaways and special offers for event attendees. So make sure you are subscribed so that you never miss out. And of course, if you aren't already, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, follow Boutique NYC, and follow BeRadiance as well. It's BeRadiance Beauty on Instagram. And I actually did that pretty quick while I was talking, so I'm impressed with myself. And you can use whatever kind of eyeliner you want. You don't have to do any eyeliner. You can use a gel, you can use a pencil, you can use powder like an eyeshadow, you can use liquid, that's my preference. I just think gel or liquid is easiest for a wing in my opinion, but you don't have to do a wing, of course. And is it the best wing in the world? No. Is it the best wing I've ever done? Of course not. But it will do, especially since we're doing some big lashes. It's gonna, conceal any mistakes. Okay. Just making sure they're even. And they're probably not perfectly even, but that's okay. And now I'm excited for these lashes that I'm gonna be using today. These are from Lily Lashes, and you probably think they're gonna be Lily Lashes Miami, but no, these are Lily Lashes MILF. Yes, MILF. I love this style. If you've heard of Lily Lashes, you've probably seen YouTubers use Lily Lashes all the time. This is a really popular lash brand, and they're really like bougie, like big glamorous lashes. So this is what they look like. They're called MILF, like I said, which is funny. So these are not magnetic. So you're probably going to watch me struggle with the lash glue. This lash glue is from House of Lashes. I really like it because it's very tacky, very sticky. So it really helps make putting lashes on easier. So I'm not an expert by any means, but I'm just going to apply a thin strip of lash glue. And then the key is to let it dry so that it gets very tacky. You don't want to put on lash glue and then stick it right on your eye because it's going to slide right off, sis. You don't want to do that. The longer you wait, the quicker it's going to stick on your eye and the easier it's going to be. That's what I've learned. When I used to work at Sephora, I wore lashes every single day. So I got pretty quick at it and I learned kind of the tips and tricks to doing lashes quickly and easily. So I know you can't really see what I'm doing, but I will show you before I put it on. Just a thin strip of lash glue. And I like this lash glue because it has a brush applicator. So a thin strip of glue, and then I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to set it down and put glue on the other lash so that one can kind of dry a little while I do the other one. And hello to everybody who's been popping in and out. Thank you guys for joining as always. I really hope you've been enjoying our weekly beauty classes. And as always, like I said, please leave your suggestions in a comment. You can shoot us an email. You can reach out to us on our website, Instagram, anything. We love to chat with you guys. And we really appreciate all of you, especially our ladies during Women's Month. Hello. Okay. So same thing over here, thin thin strip of lash glue. I know this isn't the most exciting thing ever, but once you get the hang of lashes, it will change your life, I promise. So I'm gonna let that one dry a little, and I'm gonna blow on her a little to try and get the glue a little more dry. So if you have like one of those skincare fans, you can blow some air on there. You'll know that it's getting dry. This is a white lash glue that turns clear. So once it starts turning a little clear blue, that's when you want to put it on your eye. If you use dark lash glue, like black lash glue, it's a little harder to tell when it's getting dry. So I'm using Be Clear today, but the key really is to let it get tacky so that when you put it on, it sticks right where you put it and it's not going to slide everywhere. So while this is drying, how are you guys today? How are you all doing? Happy March, by the way. I cannot believe we're already in March. It's been a whole year since this whole pandemic began since it began. And it's crazy. I hope you're all hanging in there and doing well. And again, thank you for being here. Thank you for spending some of your time with us each week. It's a lot of fun for us and for me, and hopefully for you as well. So we're just about ready. It usually takes like 30 seconds to a minute. So you can see you don't really see the white as much. It's turning a little bit clear. And I'm going to place this on my eye and then put it in place with tweezers. So don't mind me while I do this. So I'm going to drop it in place. And yes, these are very glam and dramatic. And use the tweezers to anchor it on the outside and inside. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty easy. Now you're going to see the glue until it completely dries, which is totally fine. You can go over it with your black eyeliner again, or if you use black glue, you're not going to get that line. So we're going to wait for that to finish drying, and then we'll take care of it. And then we're going to do the other one over here. And yes, I'm aware these are bad and bougie. These are very dramatic lashes, and I'm obsessed with them. They're very fluffy, which I like. But you can get, look, you can see the lash glue. Trust me, that'll go away, I promise. You can get lashes from anywhere. You can get them at the drugstore. You can get more high-end lashes, but my advice, if you're a beginner, is to get ones that have a thin lash band, because the ones with the big, thick, heavy lash band are very hard to apply, in my opinion. So I'm gonna drop it in place and then anchor it down on the outer corner and the inner corner. And then pretty much just wait for it to dry. Okay. And while we're waiting for the lash glue to dry, because right now you can see the lash glue, I'm going to do my lips, and then we're almost done, you guys. Yeah, I'm trying to get better at doing these quickly. Usually it takes me about an hour to finish the beauty class, which I'm glad, again, that you guys tune in and that you've been enjoying. But I'm trying to be quicker because when I talk, I take forever, and nobody wants to sit here and watch me doing lashes for an hour. So anyway, as they're drying, I find it helps to just kind of press them gently on the outer and inner corner just to make sure they are stuck down where you want them. And yeah, so now while that's drying, I'm going to do some lips. So I'm going to just be doing a nude lip since the eyes with the lashes are pretty dramatic. And I'm just gonna keep pushing this up so it kind of lifts up and doesn't droop down. Okay. Today I'm doing a nude lip. Like I said, I'm using this lip liner from ColourPop. It's called Toy. And it's getting pretty short because I use this all the time. It's just a nude color. I'm just doing nude natural lips today. But you can totally do a bold lip if you want, girl. Okay. Nothing crazy. Okay. And now I'm just gonna go over with a lipstick. This one's from MAC. It's called Blankety. It's just a nude lipstick, and it is amplified cream, so it's gonna be a little more creamy and hydrating and not super like matte and crusty. Even though I love a matte lipstick, don't get me wrong. I love a matte lipstick, and you'll see in 2 weeks when we feature the Sexiest Beauty. I'm so excited to show you guys those lipsticks because I'm obsessed with them. But today, I'm going to be using this nude from MAC. Again, it's called Blankety. It's just like the prettiest like nude color. Okay, nothing crazy. And as you can see, you can still see the glue a little bit, but it's definitely drying down. You can see it a lot less. So what I'm gonna do, normally I would wait. You should definitely wait till your glue is dry. But for the sake of time, I'm gonna take my liquid eyeliner and go over that lash glue to cover up any white that we're seeing. And as you can see, that just made it look so much better. It takes away that um, glue that's peeking through. Again, like I said, it would eventually dry clear, but ain't nobody got the time for that. Okay, now as you can see, everything's kind of tying together. You can see the blush and highlight from BeautyRadiance. Everything, the eyeshadow is all these BeautyRadiance powders as well. And the last step you could do is a setting spray. I don't have one here today. I don't really feel like I need it because this foundation is nice and set in place already. It's matte, it's really lightweight, but it still looks like I have a full face of makeup on because I do. But it's not heavy or cakey. You can still do like a really light coverage natural foundation and then still do like a glam eye look. But yeah, you guys, that is pretty much it. I finished almost right on time at 3, so shout out to me for managing my time. Yeah, it's just a really glam eye, a nude lip, featuring, of course, BeautyRadiance. Again, I will shout them out and I will put it up on the screen for you. This is the Set and Glow from BeautyRadiance. It's a face powder and a matching highlighter. And then we have the Color and Glow, which is a blush and a highlighter that complements the blush. We have the Cucumber Water Mattifying Foundation available. I'm not sure the exact number, but there are plenty of shades to choose from in this foundation. And last but not least, the first thing we used, which is the Velvet Touch Primer from BeautyRadiance. So you guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you learned something. I really hope you check out these products. You can shop BeautyRadiance here at boutique.nyc. You can shop these in our virtual 3D store, which you can see right behind me. This is a glance at our 3D store, but you can actually go in and move around and shop and look at all these shelves and see videos from the founders, see product demonstrations. So check it out here, go here, and then click virtual store. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, we will see you next week. Next week, it's going to be on, I believe, Wednesday, the 17th, because we're doing something for St. Patrick's Day. So thank you again, and we will see you next time. Thanks, everyone.